Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very interesting time. Bud Light has come out with a new commercial. And it blows my mind. They put actual money into this commercial, and you're not going to believe it when you see it. It is absolutely comical. I'm going to show you the clip from Fox Business because they show you what the effect has been on Bud Light sales, which has been just devastating. I mean, absolutely abysmal what's been going on with Bud Light sales. If I were working for Anheuser Busch, I would be advocating for them to do just about anything else because there is no way on earth that you could possibly justify the course of action that they've taken. Obviously, their non-apology didn't work, and for me, I'm more offended that they said something and didn't have the three crucial components for what you need. So, when you are addressing the public and you're trying to be earnest, you need to do three things. Not one of three, not two of three, three of three. Number one is you need to admit what you did. So you need to say, well, we did this and we did this and we did this. Number two is to apologize for said thing. Admit that that was wrong. You admit that that was wrong. You say, we know what we did. Here's what we did. It was wrong. We apologize. And then number three, and this is important for closing the deal, you have to show that you have taken steps to correct the problem from happening again. Ergo, we have fired the VP of marketing that was responsible for this, and we are going to be demanding that our marketing employees go through comprehensive customer training to better inform them on the type of sponsorships that our brand should be encouraging. There was none of that. They didn't admit that they were wrong. They didn't apologize. And there was no action to follow it up. So in terms of an apology, in terms of a resolution, this failed. And if they had asked me, I would say you have to do all three of these things one way or another. Now, if you went with the other thing, if you're like, okay, well, we're not going to apologize, we're going to double down, you still have to do those three things. You have to explain why what you did was the right decision, and you have to make it clear that what you're going to be doing going forward is you're going to be making it clear that this is what your brand represents. And then number three, you would announce another big sponsorship with Dylan Mulvaney, that you were going to be having a trans inclusion awareness fund that you would be donating money to help people transition. If that was your goal. There has to be three steps every step of the way, no matter what you do. And they didn't do any of it. So let's take a look at Fox News Business, and we'll go through this.
So Budweiser is hoping to win back angry customers after the Dylan Mulvaney partnership by releasing a new ad over the weekend. Fox Business's Jeff Flock joins us now live outside Abrams Beer Distributor. He's in Philadelphia. Jeff, give us the update.
Well, the controversy continues, Maria, and there's some indication that this boycott has had some teeth. Take a look at the latest numbers on beer sales. Though we can't directly tie the boycott to the decline in sales of Bud Light, well, you see the numbers.
God
Bud Light
damn.
sales case volumes now down.
Let's just take a moment. Miller Lite is up 20%. Coors is up 5.5%. What the fuck are you doing, Coors? Bud Light is down 10.7%. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to put this in context for you. I know that people see these numbers and like, 10% and stuff like that. When you work in a corporate setting, numbers and money and what you're bringing in and your reputation is everything. I cannot emphasize this enough. This right here is jumping out of the tallest the tallest window numbers. It may not seem like it, but your sales are down 10% while your competition is up 20%. That is absolutely catastrophic, and it doesn't matter what their initial sales was. It doesn't matter what your initial sales was. You could be selling a billion more beers. You're down 10%. They're up 20%. Your competition is on the rise, and you are declining precipitously. That is catastrophic. That is clearly working. And so what I would suggest is to continue to buy other beers.
Down 10% in the week since the controversy started.
Woo.
Competitors at Coors and Miller Lite up 5% up at Coors, and Miller Lite up 20%.
God
so people
damn.
still drinking light beer, just not as much Bud Light.
God.
That has led the company to put out what can only be described, I think, as a very patriotic ad.
Oh my God.
And they even brought out the Clydesdales. Take a listen.
How fucking embarrassing.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract.
What gender does that horse identify as? Just for curiosity's sake.
The CEO of Anheuser Busch.
I'm glad they didn't show the whole ad. Fuck that ad. Maybe I will show the whole thing just to be fair, but
Putting out a statement, and I quote him now. He says, "We never intended to be part of it a lot." If you take a look at, worth noting, by the way, that Ms. Mulvaney has sponsorship.
Miss Mulvaney? Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't realize Fox had gone down that bad. They just referred to Dylan Mulvaney as Miss Mulvaney. Holy shit. God, that's fucking pathetic. Oh, God, that's pathetic. Oh, boy. Yeah, Miss Mulvaney. Hey, guys, Miss Mulvaney.
Or not sponsorship deals, but at least relationships with other big companies like Nike, KitchenAid, and Ulta Beauty. This, of course, has sparked this big backlash, including one guy who has started a beer company called Ultra Right Beer.
I've done a video about this. The fact that Fox News is covering that garbage tier imitation gimmick beer is mind-blowing.
The ad for that features the fella swinging a baseball bat and smashing a can of Bud Light. What won't they think of next?
They keep showing this guy. I did a video on this. His beer, $45 for a 6-pack with shipping and everything. $45. That is goddamn criminal. $45. You could go buy a 30-pack of Bud Light for, I think it was $18 at my local grocery store. It's on sale because, of course it is. $18 for a 30-pack. Or you could pay $150 for a 30-pack of his beer with shipping and everything. That is goddamn criminal.
Impact on the company. If you look at the stock, Maria, they've made a big deal out of billions of lost in market cap. But as you know, a big company, a couple of points in the stock, can really affect the market cap. The stock is down $2 a share. And I'll leave you with this, Maria. Donald Trump Jr. weighing in on the whole boycott thing. He says, yeah, they screwed up, but you know what? Don't boycott them. They actually contribute more to Republicans, Anheuser-Busch.
I don't care. I don't give a shit about Republicans. I don't give a shit about how much money they donate. No, I absolutely will not concede on this. And I did a video, by the way, calling out Don Jr. and talking about how absolutely sick I was about him saying that. Because My position is this: if I had a fraction of the money that he has, if I had a fraction of the wealth that he has, what I would have done immediately is put maybe $10 million aside towards a new beer company. It wouldn't have been woke free beer or ultra right. No, it would probably be called something like I'd probably pull from like the Quarterings playbook. Call it like American brand beer company. Something incredibly simple. The can would look, patriotic, probably with an eagle on it. It'd be a simple design, and on the front it wouldn't say anti woke beer. It would say 100% supporter of traditional American values or something like that that everyone could really get on board with. And the whole point, has someone been using my account? I just noticed it. I think somebody's been on my computer today. Garger, what? This is an aside. I think my family members have been using my computer. I just noticed that. What the hell? That has not always been there, has it? Wow. Wow, I don't know. That's bizarre. So anyway, as I was saying, I would start a beer company. And do you know how much I would charge for a 30 pack of beer? Even if I ran the company at a loss for a while, I would charge $17.76 for a 30 pack. That's what I would charge. Because that's a low cost alternative that the everyman is going to be able to afford. And if it's cheaper than Bud Light, and it's a better quality than Bud Light, and it stands for American values, not whatever this is, then that, I think that people will respond far more positively. Let me see. Bud ad.
Let me tell you a story about a transgender horse named Dylan.
Oh,
A
God.
horse who loved to run. Dylan lived in an LGBTQ plus friendly community where a handshake means these guys were probably gay. A community of seemingly patriotic people that secretly hate their own country. A community where two men can share a beer on the porch without people assuming they're gay, which of course they are. A place where people are free to be themselves, unless they're straight white men.
This is really good.
So this bud's for you, Dylan, wherever and whatever you are.
Well, I have to give it to the Quartering. That was actually really, really good. Now let's watch the original.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity.
You notice that when they showed a handshake,
Where a handshake is a sure contract.
that's not a handshake. That's more like a homosexual hug.
Brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow. Raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember.
This is a fucking terrible ad. This is awful. How much money did you pay for this thing? Did you think this was going to go over well? I want to see what the comments say about this. Great ad, but it's too late. You went woke. And now you will go broke. Nothing personal. Well, I think it is kind of personal. Who's this guy? But we have to show other corporations their fate if they go down this path. Will not need to release sales figures until its Q2 earnings report. That is usually released at the end of July. So none of us really know now, do we? They have seen fit to release a video and a press release, so maybe it's a hint as to what is happening. Yeah, so keep it up. I mean, people are doing it. They're buying Miller Lite. Yeah. It's amazing how out of touch you are with this whole situation. True. You refuse to even fire anyone or take accountability over this debacle. That shows you still don't understand your previous customer base, your previous base customers, and why they give up on you. Yeah, absolutely. Every time I drink beer, I think of those towers, the victims, the brave first responders, and wonder, could those amateur pilots really pull that off? Oh, God. Oh, man. That is false. The company hasn't been an American company for a number of years now. That's true. I thought Anheuser Busch said no one from senior management knew about this woke campaign. That's true. They did say that, but it was like... Woo! Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said at the beginning, Budweiser didn't have to spend a fortune on this ridiculous ad. All they had to do was they literally just had to put out a statement that would have appealed to their customer base. All they had to do was release a statement that said, we know what we did was wrong, we know why it was wrong, we apologize, we won't do it again, we have fired the employee responsible for this. A number of employees, and our employees going forward will be made to sit through mandatory customer training, and we will make sure that this sort of agenda does not find its way into our company or our brand ever again. We will immediately be discontinuing all sponsorship ads or associations with Dylan Mulvaney effective immediately. That's what they had to do. That's all they had to do. But instead they're like, no, we're going to come up with this weak, pathetic statement, and then we're going to pay a bunch of money for an ad that does not work. No one is looking at this. Introducing the new Budweiser Clydesdale. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. Trans women. Oh, that's really funny. $7 billion is clearly not enough. Conservatives must keep on their boots. Absolutely. You're an absolute joke. Embrace the suck, Budweiser. You're done. Yeah, well. Yep. Tropicalia. Is the horse trans now? God, you notice that there's no one really defending them all that much? They're getting absolutely smashed. They're getting smashed. It's overwhelming. Look at this shit. Whoa. You think about it. They were the number one light beer. They were the biggest beer company in the world. And you are making them feel this so significantly. And yet they still won't just admit that they were wrong. They won't be like, oh, you know what? Okay. This guy's talking about, enjoy a Coors because it's Coors Brewing Company has had a non-discrimination policy, including sexual orientation, GLBT. What's GLBT? Well, do you notice that Coors was only up 5.5%? Miller Lite was the one that was really taken off. Now, I don't know if Miller's been doing any of that funny business. I just finally got this. Or America. Yeah, no, you don't get to put this out there. You don't get to fucking do this. No, absolutely not. Ridiculous. You put this out because you're feeling insecure, because you know damn well that you fucked up, and it's not going to work out well for you. Because it doesn't matter if Don Jr. comes out. Donald Trump himself could come out and say, hey, let's end this boycott. The entire establishment Republican Party, Ron DeSantis, all of them, Rand Paul, could all come out. People who I think would be good in office and have done a great job. All of them could come out and say, end the boycott. End the boycott of Anheuser Busch. It's not going to fucking happen. So listen to me. This is how you stop this. You have the CEO do a live video, not an ad, a live video. And you have him sit there and candidly admit that what they did was wrong initially. You have him admit that the response has not been what it should have been. That the response was lackluster, the response was weak. They honestly didn't anticipate this level of reaction. But upon reflection, they realize that what they did was wrong. And here's the resolution. We are not going to be sponsoring any of the LGBTQ events during June that we would already expect Budweiser to associate with. We're not going to be doing that, and we're not going to be hosting any transgender market affiliates going forward. And we are dedicated to American values, American exceptionalism, and we are dedicated to restoring your trust in our brand, and we will do whatever it takes to make that happen. If you do that, boom, your sales will skyrocket tomorrow. Your sales would explode. But I don't think you will. I don't think that you're strong enough. I think you're weak. And I think that you're a coward. And so it doesn't matter who comes out and says what. No one's buying your shit again. Because you've handled this badly. You have not demonstrated that you understand the problem. You've not apologized. You've not made amends. And you've doubled down and made it worse at this point. So you can release all the garbage tier ads that you want. People, even like the fucking quartering, are going to make a meme at your expense and laugh. Oh, God. All right, on that note, we're going to end things here. Oh, God. Thank God the audio's off. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.